You have probably been in the gym for months, maybe years. You track your macros, you follow the program, you show up even when you don't want to. And yet, there is something quietly unsettling about the moment you meet a man who has never stepped inside a gym a single day in his life. A farmer, a fisherman, a construction worker, and he moves a refrigerator up a flight of stairs like it weighs nothing. Meanwhile, you are doing perfectly structured deadlifts 3 times a week. Something doesn't add up. You start asking a question that nobody in the fitness industry wants to answer. Am I actually getting stronger? Or am I just getting better at the gym? Today, we are going to pull that question apart because the gap between those two things is enormous. And understanding it will completely change how you think about your body, your training, and what strength actually means. First, we need to challenge the assumption you've been operating under. Most people believe that the gym is the most efficient environment for building physical capability. It is controlled, measurable, progressive, but sports scientists have a word for this kind of environment. They call it a kind learning environment. The rules are fixed and the feedback is immediate. The movement patterns repeat perfectly, and kind environments produce a very specific kind of adaptation. Narrow, precise, predictable. A bicep curl makes you stronger at a bicep curl. A leg press makes you stronger on a leg press. But the world outside the gym is what researchers call a wicked environment. The load changes every time. The angle is never the same. The ground shifts beneath you, and the wicked environment produces something the kind environment simply cannot replicate. It produces what neurologists call proprioceptive density. Think of proprioception as your body's internal GPS. It is the system of thousands of microsensors embedded in your muscles, tendons, and joints that constantly tell your brain where every part of you is in space. When you lift in a gym, the machine or the barbell does much of this navigation for you. The path is fixed, the movement is guided. But when a farmer lifts a hay bale, the weight shifts mid-lift. The ground is uneven, the grip angle changes every second. Every single one of those microsensors fires simultaneously. The brain receives a flood of positional data it has never encountered before, and it responds by building something the gym rarely builds. Neurologists call it functional neural density. Plain translation, the farmer's brain and body are communicating on 1,000 channels at once. Your gym-trained body is communicating on 5. But there is a second layer to this, and it goes even deeper. When researchers study the grip strength of agricultural workers versus resistance-trained athletes, they find something that should be impossible. The farmer often wins, not because his muscles are bigger, but because of a mechanism called irradiation. When you grip something with maximum effort, the neural signal doesn't stay local. It radiates outward. It fires the shoulder, the core, the opposite leg. This is your nervous system recruiting every available resource for the task. Strength researchers call this full system recruitment. It is the body pulling every fiber into the work, not just the obvious ones. The gym, by isolating muscle groups, actually trains your nervous system to work in silence, to compartmentalize, to keep things separate. But the real world demands integration, and the farmer's nervous system has been trained since childhood to do exactly that. Now here is the evolutionary layer. Your body was not designed for a controlled environment. For 200,000 years, physical challenge was completely unpredictable. The load changed, the terrain shifted, the task was never the same twice. Your muscular system did not evolve to respond to fixed progressive overload. It evolved to respond to chaos, to novelty, to demand it had never encountered before. There is a concept in exercise physiology called the SAID principle, specific adaptation to imposed demand. Your body becomes precisely what it is asked to do, nothing more, nothing less. The gym asks your body to be strong in a small, defined box. The field asks your body to be strong everywhere, and your ancient biological hardware still knows the difference. Now, I want to have an honest moment here, because this is not about abandoning the gym. Structured training is valuable. Hypertrophy is real. Injury prevention is real. The question is not which one you choose. The question is, what are you missing? And for most people who train exclusively in controlled environments, the answer is the same. You are missing what scientists call stochastic loading, random, unpredictable, mechanical demand. Your body has never had to solve a problem it hasn't seen before. And a body that cannot solve new physical problems is not strong. It is just rehearsed. So here's the framework, 3 levels to close the gap. The first is environmental variability training. This is the simplest shift you can make. Stop performing every movement on a stable, predictable surface. Take your workout outside. Walk on uneven ground, carrying weight. Carry groceries with one hand instead of two. The neuroscience is clear on this. Even small variations in surface angle or load distribution force your proprioceptive system to fire in new patterns. You are not changing how hard you train. You are changing how many neural channels get recruited while you do it. Think of it like upgrading from a single-lane road to a highway. The destination is the same, but the capacity is completely different. The second is loaded carry protocols. If there is one movement that closes the gap between gym strength and real-world strength faster than almost anything else, it is the farmer's carry. Not because of the muscle it builds, but because of what it does to your nervous system. Carrying a heavy, asymmetrical load while walking forces your brain to solve a continuous balancing problem in real time. Your grip, your core, your gait, your shoulder stability are all communicating simultaneously. This is full system irradiation on a moving platform. Start simple. Carry something heavy for 30 meters, then 40, then add load. The weight matters far less than the chaos of the carry. And the third, this is where it gets counterintuitive. The third is deliberate incompetence. This is the practice of regularly placing yourself in physical situations you are bad at. A new sport, a manual task you have never done, climbing, swimming, chopping wood. Every time your body encounters a genuinely new physical demand, it triggers a process called motor engram formation. Your nervous system builds a new movement library. It lays down new neural wiring to solve the problem. And here is the crucial part. That wiring does not disappear when you stop. Every new physical skill you learn expands the library your body can draw from. The farmer is not stronger because he lifted more. He is stronger because he has solved more physical problems. His library is bigger. His nervous system has more answers. Now, a word for those of you who are serious athletes or have specific performance goals. This does not mean abandon your program. Your progressive overload is building the raw material, the structural muscle fibers, the bone density, the hormonal environment, but you must feed that raw material into a wicked environment regularly. Otherwise, you are building a powerful engine and installing it in a vehicle that can only drive on one road. Here's what I want you to take from this. The gym is not the problem. The gym as the only environment is the problem. Real strength is not the ability to move a fixed load on a fixed path. Real strength is the ability to meet any demand your life places on you. And to build that kind of strength, your nervous system needs chaos. It needs novelty. It needs to be asked questions it has never been asked before. You were not built for a controlled room with mirrors and rubber floors. You were built for a world that never repeats itself. So start treating your training that way. Pick up something awkward. Carry it somewhere difficult. And let your ancient, brilliant nervous system remember what it was designed to do. You are not a machine optimized for one movement pattern. You are an adaptive system built to solve any problem the physical world throws at you. And the moment you start training like that is the moment everything changes. If this gave you a new way to think about your body and how you train it, subscribe to Unordinary Mind. And if you have ever wondered why your mind gives up before your body does, why motivation collapses long before your muscles do, that is the video you need to watch next. Click it here. I'll see you over there.